Higher oil prices mean Newfoundland and Labrador's offshore oil and gas industry is on the upswing again. And St. John's Harbour could be seeing even more of these supply ships and their towering presence.
You will see this harbour much busier when Bay du Nord comes on. You'll see the skies busier with the helicopters, the restaurants, the stores downtown.
The Bay du Nord project is in the Flemish Pass, about 500 kilometres east of St. John's. It's immense. The developer, Equinor, says it will cost $16 billion Canadian to develop. Over several decades, the oil field would produce an estimated 500 million barrels and create the equivalent of 16,000 jobs. It's an unusual time for an oil mega project, with Canada supposedly going green to counter the devastating effects of climate change. And yet, the federal government has approved Bay du Nord, a decision that makes no sense to environmentalists.
Canada is absolutely trying to do two things at one time.
This Memorial University instructor says it's time for a clean break from fossil fuel industries.
This trying to walk the environment industry divide is highly problematic, and it's burning the planet. It makes Canada a bad actor on climate change in the international stage.
A coalition of environmental groups is suing the federal government, saying Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault dropped the ball.
It's our position that downstream greenhouse gas emissions are one such effect he has to consider when he makes that decision. And in this case, he didn't do that. He didn't look at those effects.
The government says Bay du Nord will be subject to the strongest greenhouse gas conditions ever in Canada, and emissions will be far below average. And the Prime Minister insists there's no contradiction.
What we're seeing with Europe, what we're seeing around the world is a need to transform our energy mix to remove the carbon emissions from it, and that's the direction we're going in, not backwards.
Bay du Nord is not a done deal. Equinor has other options to consider in other parts of the world. And now the provincial government wants to discuss with the company how much money would flow into this province.
If the scope has increased, we feel that our take should increase. Our people should benefit from it. It's our resource.
Equinor told Global News it anticipates making a final decision within the next couple of years, with production planned by the end of the decade. Ross Lord, Global News, St. John's.